I want to thank everyone for their patience. This is really an extraordinary circumstance, but we do want to acknowledge the fact that Morgan State defeated Delaware State 64-63 in the quarterfinal round of the 2020 MEAC basketball tournament. Joining us here are head coach Ed Davis Jr., the 2019-20 MEAC Coach of the Year, first team All-MEAC selection Chelsea Mitchell, and Asia McCullough. Coach, congratulations on the win. If you could start us off with an opening statement.
First of all, this being such a historic day, and we not knowing that this was possibly the last game to be played. They say in America, I don't know if that's true, but if so, we're just glad that we came away with the win. This basketball team has been very special. Not so much, we had to kind of groom a team, and with Chelsea coming back after a 2-year hiatus, it really was special. And also with the fact that Asia, the younger players coming underneath of her, got an opportunity to play. So, I just felt the MEAC was so tough this year. I mean, who would know that A&T might not win it in the beginning? Who would know that Bethune might not be in the championship rounds? So I just think that everybody in the MEAC locked in, as you can see from the scores of the game. Everybody had an opportunity to win this, and we just appreciate the opportunity that we were, persistent enough to hang in there and win this last game.
We'll open up the floor for questions, and we ask that when the student athletes speak, they speak directly into the microphones.
Luke Williams from the Black College Sports Page. Coach, what did you talk to your kids about the decision, what it went on, and including the decision that made yesterday to play and then not playing? How did you handle that?
We had an administrative meeting last night at 11 o'clock with the administrators, the president, and we did not know at the time whether we would play or we would not play, but the kids we had shoot around this morning. They just went business as usual. When it came down to actually getting on the court, we were held in the locker room because a decision still had not been passed. And I told them, regardless, if we get this opportunity, let's just take full advantage of it. And they were really pumped up, not even knowing if we were going to play. And when the word came that we could play, we just said, well, let's just go out and try to take care of business as usual. So it was just a pretty good transition from maybe and maybe not to playing for us.
Talk about the journey a little bit from, when our brother Beasley, Coach Beasley, and you took on that. How has that, in terms of this transition, and you with the team? I know last year was some injuries and some other things, but how is that different from this year, things that happened?
Well, just to give you a little bit of history, and I'm going to let Chelsea piggyback on that a little bit. I just came in with Bees because at the time I was in a hospice situation with my parents, and I had to make sure that they were okay. Bees asked me to come and help him, so my whole plan was to finish with Bees, no matter what, to retire with Bees, just go out with Bees, and maybe help him get an opportunity to win. Unfortunately, with his sudden passing, they asked me would I be interested in being the interim coach. And I really like my staff, so I said I would. Not knowing at the time I'd also got a job offer out west, but I had to turn it down because of my parents. I'm gonna let Chelsea kind of tell you about her ride because Chelsea was recruited by Coach Beasley, and she can give you a little input on that.
What was the question again?
Tell us about your ride.
Out of high school, Coach Beasley actually ran into my uncle, and I wasn't actually recruited straight out of high school. My uncle just showed him a video of me, and Coach Beasley wanted me to play for him. So then I played my freshman year under him, and I think, was it my sophomore year too? Yeah, my sophomore year too. And he's more of an offensive coach, and that's why, it's kind of different between, the two coaches or whatever. So it was a hard transition. But, unfortunately, when he left, we still kept in contact and just told me to keep working hard. And that's pretty much it. He was probably one of the most, I don't know, I don't know which one more crazier. Him would be. Yeah, I don't know, but it was a pretty good transition. You know, I think he picked up where Beasley left off and where he wanted to be at, and I think Coach Davis is doing a good job of that.
The game day with it's back. You're split on the regular season, and this is for everybody. And when the game day, I think had about 6 lead changes or 4 ties, something like that. Talk about that and what the mindset was coming into after being picked, I think 7th in the preseason and finished where you finished. Talk about that moment and possibly not getting to the next level.
You want to answer that?
Yeah, from our seeding being 7th, we already had a chip on our shoulder because we felt that we were better than a lot of teams, especially from our preseason conference, how we played against a lot of bigger schools. But when we came out 3rd, we felt that we should have finished higher than that, but losses early in the season really affected that. We wanted to show y'all, everybody in the tournament, that we could really finish, but unfortunately, the tournament's canceled, so we weren't able to accomplish that goal. So.
Chelsea.
I'll kind of, piggyback off Asia. We had a chip on our shoulder basically the whole season. A lot of people sleeping on Morgan State and just not thinking that we're capable of winning, even the regular season or in the tournament. So I think every game we came in with a chip on our shoulder, whether we came out hard or not. It was just always knowing that people don't think you're as good as everybody else in the conference. So that's probably the main thing that we kept in the back of our heads, the whole season. But it was unfortunate that we couldn't finish it out, especially with it being my senior year. But I know, Asia and them will take care of it next year. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So yeah, this is I guess 401 for you to make this. And even though the hopes were to go, on to win a championship and take a 3rd team to the NCAA. Talk about how this victory, 401, I guess it is, ranks up there with some of the others.
This one ranks because it's a different school, different set of young ladies, and the struggle. I didn't even know about the 400. I was just coaching, and Kevin.
Thanks to Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin reminded me of that. But at the time, I told the kids what was more important to me was our last 3 games at home, which were against some very tough opponents, and that is including Coppin, because the Coppin game for us is like playing Nebraska, because the rivalry changes the complexion no matter what their record was. So, I was very happy that we latched into trying to win the objective of our last 3 games at home, and that we could come into this tournament and at least win. Last year we lost at the buzzer 0.3. They threw up a shot. The year before we lost to Hampton in the 2nd round. So this team just felt like they could go a little bit further than all the teams that were prior. And I believe that. We're not a big team, if you look at us compared to some of the other teams. But my thing was to instill a lot of heart and accountability. That's what I am, an accountability coach. And I think once they latched into that, that's one reason why I feel as a coach you didn't see them give up with all the different lead changes today.
Stephen Gaker, HBCU Game Day. We talked to Dr. Frederick, and we talked about naming the tournament champion and things like that, and how it may go to top seed, but it may not for the women. You guys will be the top seed remaining. What would it mean for you guys to get the championship? I mean, obviously, it's not in a normal, regular way, but still.
I feel like that would be big for us because I think that we deserve it. Like, we're technically the underdogs to the MEAC, and we came and we basically, I feel like we destroyed most of the teams that we had in front of us, even with the mismatches and stuff like that. But I think that that's a very deserving accomplishment for us.
For one point of order, for the sake of accuracy, the highest remaining seed is number 2 Norfolk State.
Yeah.
But as mentioned before, with the cancellation of the NCAA tournaments,
It's going to be an asterisk, but whatever.
it remains to be determined whether or not we'll be naming a champion of the tournament this year.
I have one last question for Chelsea. And Ed, it might be something you answer because I've never seen anybody hit the floor more than she does. She's scrappy. Let's talk about her, the way that she plays, and you know the scrappiness that she plays with. She looks a lot taller in person than she looks out there on the floor. She's getting 9 rebounds, 8 to 9 rebounds a game. She's battling kids a lot bigger than her. Talk about her.
Chelsea came in as a freshman. What you saw was the same thing, but it became polished over the seasons. So now you have a young lady that this year probably had over 12, 13 double-doubles. Like I looked tonight, she ended up with 18 points and 11 rebounds. So this has been pretty much her portfolio throughout the whole season. And it's been very much counted on, let me use that word, as we go through the season. So what you're seeing is a young lady who played this way, and as she continued in the game, especially under us, she just got better and better and better. And she took it personal. You know, she'd say, I got this, I got this. And a couple of times, like tonight, I watched her jump. There's no way she's going to get this rebound. That's me. There's no way she's going to get that rebound, but yet she did get it. So, I mean, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be seeing that throughout the year.
And how about Chelsea going out with the game-winning free throw in the final game?
Well, I didn't make it, but I think my teammate did a good job on the other end playing defense. And we just all together just played a team game. And I think that's what we started doing, you know, at the beginning of the season, it was more so like we didn't have the chemistry and didn't really know how to play together because we didn't know each other's strengths and stuff like that. So, you know, I think Sid getting that charge after my 2 missed free throws that I should have made. But I think overall we did a good job playing team basketball. So, thank you.
All right, ladies, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the season. Safe travels going home and continued health.
Thank you.